Hello, friends, and welcome to Light Warrior Sessions, Episode 6, Hypnotherapy with Jourdan Rystrom. Jourdan is a certified hypnotherapist, past life regression and life between lives practitioner, Reiki Master Teacher, energy healer, crystal healer, sound bowl therapist, author, inspirational speaker, and award-winning singer-songwriter. Now, on a personal note, I am a current one-on-one client of Jourdan's in her Awaken the Glow signature program, and I can tell you from firsthand experience that her work is absolutely life-changing, and I am so grateful to be sharing her with you today. This Light Warrior session is brought to you by Alaska Center for Spiritual Living. ACSL is an empowered, uplifting, inclusive community whose mission is to teach spiritual transformation with grace and ease. Learn more at cslalaska.org. Now let's dive into today's episode. Hello. We've got Jourdan Rystrom here this morning. Woo! I'm so happy you're here. Thank you so much for doing this interview and for joining me. I know you have, you've done something most of us haven't during quarantine, which is have a baby.
That is correct, yes. I was like, yeah, what'd you do during quarantine? Oh, have a child, yeah.
A lot. I did a lot. Yeah.
You know, just one of the things, yeah.
Why not? And I actually would love to, the whole reason I'm doing this interview series is to help people during this time. I mean, this has been completely bananas. And so I would love to hear a little bit about your life in the past few months and how, what's it been like starting motherhood at this time? I know this is your first kiddo. How are you doing?
Yeah, it's been just the most beautiful unfolding of my next chapter of life's adventure. I try to live life through the chapters, right? I'm like, ooh, Jourdan 1.0 back when I was drinking and using, right? Jourdan 2.0 when I got sober and had my awakening and then studied healing, and then Jourdan 3.0 is now like me getting to live the life of my dreams that I love and start a family, which I didn't even know was going to be in my experience in this lifetime until just this past year. So it's been really magical. And I would say like the word surrender is the word for motherhood, and you might agree on that. It's just a constant just, you never know what's going to happen, just surrendering into this healing experience. And upon birthing, when I was pregnant, I studied hypnobirthing, which I know we're going to get into hypnotherapy in a second here. But the hypnobirthing techniques really, really helped me through the process of labor, where I got to give birth completely pain-free. And in the moment of birthing, that's when everything kind of went awry. And that is when I just had to completely lay down and surrender and just allow this experience to flood over me and, pray and just ask for, assistance from the divine and to say, all right, I have no control over the situation. I surrender. And I think that's been like the greatest lesson in motherhood so far, which is just surrendering to the process, allowing the healing to unfold. And then through that surrender, a greater faith arises. And so it's like a fun adventure.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. I love that. So the word surrender, so you and I have in common sobriety. Mm-hmm. And I know that we've connected on that level a lot, and life is just so beautiful. And it was in recovery that I got to learn more about the word surrender. And I think that, because I know for me in the past, that word equaled giving up. And some people have that feeling of surrender. They're like, I'm not going to never surrender,
Yeah.
And I got to learn in recovery that it's not giving up, it's letting go. It's like, here you go, let's be open to this experience. And that was a really important shift.
Absolutely. Because I think especially with everything that's going on right now in quarantine, we're in quarantine, the coronavirus is happening, like nobody knows what's going on. The only common denominator we have is that nobody has control, right? So AKA the surrender and just allowing that in. And the moment we let go, of our willpower and our control and the egoic, mind that just wants to have control of everything, but then of course is always let down, because when you have expectations and attachments to things, we know we're always let down. It doesn't work that way when we live from that mind. And so, yeah, I think right now we're all surrendering as a humanity, as a consciousness, and that's actually bringing us together, which I'm really grateful for.
As am I. Yeah. Yeah, and I'll say, probably my favorite part about quarantine has been hiring you as a coach.
Yeah.
And so we've been able to talk a lot, and it's just been so healing. And as I was putting together this interview series, I was like, well, Jourdan could do like 5 of these interviews on different topics.
I was like, oh, which one should we do? I'm glad you chose hypnotherapy though, but yeah, I got my crystal bowl here today. We'll play that too. We'll have fun with all of the other things.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, I love that. Yeah. And so, in our coaching, we do a lot of hypnotherapy. We do tapping, which is extremely powerful. You've given me just so many different tools already. And it's just beautiful. So I'm super, super grateful. The work you do is just kind of out of this world. And it was perfect timing, and I love it. So, but yeah, today I want to focus on hypnotherapy.
Yeah,
and I think that's a really, really cool tool. And so I just would love to hear, like, what prompted you to go into this field?
Yeah, that's a great question. And by the way, I just have one last thing to say on the quarantine. My favorite part about it has been baby cuddles with no interruptions, because no one came over. So anyway, just wanted to say that I love my baby very much. I didn't even mention his name. His name is August, and I'm just obsessed with him. But I digress. How I got into hypnotherapy, oh my gosh. It's been, like I said, the Jourdan 3.0, the getting sober, getting clean. I have this whole life story that we'll leave for another interview, but in that story, a part of me was always continuously having to surrender and almost like learning the art of it. And so I actually have a book that I'm writing right now called The Art of Surrender. It's just like, there is natural art to it. There's like a learning process you can lean into, which is like, when you don't have control of everything, knowing like this too shall pass, more will be revealed. There's a whole stair-step fashion, kind of similar to the 12 steps. And so when I first got clean, I was able to like clear away all of, that muck that was in my consciousness that was keeping me from connecting with, God, universe, my highest self, whatever you want to call it. To me, it's all the same energy. And so I realized that all of a sudden, boom, 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 like I started getting downloads left and right, from my angels. I personally correspond with Archangel Michael and Source directly. So those are like my 2 buddies. And through like pendulum work, using a rose quartz pendulum to communicate, and then also doing automatic writing. And now I'm to the point where I get downloads or hits in my consciousness that I know are from the angelic realm. And so Archangel Michael kind of started leading me through what to study. And this was, again, right after I got sober. This was back in November of 2015. And I immediately was led to just all of these great healers, mentors. I don't like to use the word like guru, but you know what I mean? Like just these amazing people in Los Angeles where I lived at the time. And they just had so much to fill my cup, overflowing with these energetic techniques. First, I studied Reiki, and then I was led to study crystal healing. And then I was led to, it's funny because I built my business off of doing Reiki and crystal healing and sound healing with the bowls. And that was my business for a whole year until I was led to hypnotherapy. And so basically I'm guided by my angels. I'm guided by my guides. And Archangel Michael, at one point, because I was still working a 9 to 5 running a holistic wellness center for someone else, that I loved the center, but it wasn't mine, Yeah. And I really wanted to step into being an entrepreneur and building my own business. And so I remember, I'll never forget the day. I was sitting at the computer at the front desk of this center, and my hand just grabbed the mouse and started going towards the buy button for Grace Smith's hypnotherapy course. And I remember thinking like, what are you doing? And Archangel Michael's like, you're going to do this next. This is your next step for your business and for your life. And it's going to change everything. And I remember thinking in my head, I'm like, are you sure that number is a lot of money? You know, because it's like a 2-year course. Like you have 2 years to complete it. It is so amazing. And still to this day, it's if anyone asks me where they want to study hypnotherapy, Grace Smith is the #1 resource. I would not go anywhere else because she's so thorough, and you leave your certification feeling so empowered with this amazing modality. So anyway, I was led to the buy button. I pushed it, super scared. You know, when you make an investment in yourself that's pretty large, right? As you know, it was like, oh my God, I'm doing this. And I pushed that button, and everything has changed in my life since. It has literally been the biggest blessing, not only in my life and healing my stuff, but allowing me a tool that is so innately healing on a transformational level that still to this day, I've never found another tool other than using this with EFT, which is amazing, and energy work, which is what I do with my clients. I've never found another tool that's so quick. It just going straight to the subconscious mind, eliminating traumas or just rewriting the story on what's happened in your life so that you can have freedom and joy and confidence, which is what we all deserve.
Yes. Oh my gosh. Well, thank you too for giving kind of a timeline there. And that's so cool to hear. And I love too that you started in this one modality and things just kept coming in and growing. And quick note on Grace Smith, because I have talked about her on my Instagram stories. I think there's a whole thing just about her.
Yeah.
I have been obsessed with her for years. I love that you trained with her. I mean, in my world, I have my idea of celebrities, and she's one of them,
Yeah, absolutely she is. Yeah. She's on the doctors and, amazing shows about speaking about hypnotherapy, making it mainstream.
Yes. And her app. So I promoted her app a lot during quarantine because she made it free for many months. And it's normally a bit much for an app, not much, but I wasn't able to invest in it. And so I got to share it with all my people during this time. And it helped so much. She had real specific things around coronavirus and fear and, things we were going through. So anyway, I think, and that led me to you also, as just knowing that you trained with her. And I have done so many of her guided things off YouTube or wherever I can find them, so I just think I personally find that very exciting.
I know, didn't we originally meet through her years back or through Danny? I know we're all connected somehow.
Yeah, I don't know how we found each other. I know it was on Instagram, and I'm not sure yet. Danny J. Johnson was definitely one of my big mentors and did some events with her and stuff, but I don't know.
So crazy. It's amazing how the world, brings us together. And Grace has been a mentor for me too. I was lucky enough to be one of the OG hypnotherapists that she trained, where I actually got to go to her home, study with her in person. It was so amazing. You can't do that anymore. Now, I mean, she's grown so much with her business. Now she gets to travel the world and be the keynote speaker, and writing books, right? But I got to study with her back when she was really starting this whole process. And I'm just so grateful, because not only did I get to study with her and be there with her family and Bernardo and her beautiful son, and she's just about to have a baby girl right now. I'm excited for her. But I got to also study, she offered past life regression and life between lives therapy. So I got to get that certification as well, which is an amazing 4 to 5 hour journey through, exploring your past lives and your, the spirit world, and just receiving kind of everything you need to know in this lifetime for yourself. So it's a life-changing session. And then, you're going to get that soon with your program. It's amazing. But I got to just study all the things with her, all the specialties, and just learning everything and being there in her presence, just being in the presence of people who have done so much personal healing is healing for us. It allows us the space and the permission to heal. So I'm just grateful to have studied with her, and I really do feel empowered to, lead sessions and empower amazing leaders such as yourself. And we're all here to rise up.
Yes, yes, yes. So let's talk a little bit, share with me some of the benefits of hypnotherapy for people that, a lot of people think of hypnosis and they think of like people like clucking like a chicken in Vegas. So let's talk a little bit about what really is hypnotherapy. And I'd love to also hear some results from your personal clients. And I can share things I've already experienced that were huge. So
absolutely. Yeah. I mean, I honestly would have to make a whole list of things, but I can kind of come up with what I have off the top.
A couple highlights. Yeah.
Well, first of all, for everyone that isn't really familiar with hypnosis, and as Grace states too, this is her quote, hypnosis is meditation with a goal. That's all it is. It's so simple. It is meditation. So you're getting we're counting yourself down into a meditative state where you're completely relaxed. That's it. So if you are someone at home who meditates or maybe goes to prayer or goes to church or something like that, it's the same state. It's all the same brainwave state. So it's theta state, which is a step above sleep. So you're not asleep. You're still, aware and conscious, except we're diving into your subconscious mind, which is where kind of the dream world is and all of that fun stuff, so that we can rewrite and really kind of, the brain is palpable. The brain is neuroplasticity. We can actually change the wiring of your brain so that it works for you and not against you. And so with that said, for a lot of people who think hypnosis is like sleep or it's blacking out or amnesia or mind control, it's none of that. That's all made up. It's a TV and film thing. It's really unfortunate that they use such an amazing healing modality as that, or portraying it like that. But really, hypnosis is a natural state of mind. It's kind of like have you ever daydreamed? I'm sure you have, Blaze, right? All the time.
Yeah.
It's like when you get into a state where you're like, you realize that you're not fully in the present moment, but you're in like a daydream moment. That's hypnosis. So it's a natural state of mind. We go in and out of hypnosis all day, even when you're driving. If you're driving home or you go to work, or there's a route that you take all the time, after a while, you realize that you're not consciously fully present moment by moment looking at the turns anymore. You actually just kind of let your subconscious mind take over and drive for you, and then you get home. And it's called highway hypnosis. It's actually like you let your conscious mind take a break, your subconscious mind comes forward, and you drive home, and then you're like, oh, I got there fast. And maybe you were daydreaming the whole time or thinking of things the whole time, but you weren't really fully present driving that you would be normally if you were going somewhere you've never been before.
Oh, right? Interesting. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's all hypnosis. So I always tell people, I'm like, you're actually in and out of hypnosis all the time, whether you like it or not. You just have to decide, do you want it to work for you or against you? Because if you're turning on the news every night and tuning in to fear and hatred and whatever, the news is telling you, you're hypnotizing yourself to the news. You're hypnotizing yourself to fear. So, I mean, are you going to do that? Because that's hypnosis too. But hypnotherapy is using this for a therapeutic purpose where you can heal. And so with that said, when you are in hypnosis with someone holding space for you, like such as myself, or if you're listening to one of Grace's recordings or something else, basically we get to access your unbelievable state of mind. It's like, I call it the resource state. It's the state where you get to problem solve and we get to access your higher consciousness, and then we can create healing right there in the moment. And basically you become open to suggestions that reflect the outcome that you desire. So I always say, as you know, you're in control, you're the boss, you call the shots. My job is just to help facilitate you moving through that subconscious mind and seeing what we want to transform. Right? And so again, to answer that first question, for people who have seen like comedy hypnosis, right? It is still real, but notice how when you go to a comedy show, notice that they only choose the people who have their hand raised and they're like, me, pick me. Because guess what? When you go to a comedy show and you raise your hand, you very well know that you're about to be silly, right? You very well know that you're about to go into this world of kind of being ridiculous. And a lot of people enjoy that. And so they say me, and they volunteer. So look at that. The volunteer factor means that they're giving their free will to be hypnotized, right? And they're going up there knowing very well that they're going to be silly. So guess what? Then their subconscious takes it in as like, okay, this is safe. We can be silly here because it's a space for silliness. And it's funny because a lot of times introverted people who aren't normally silly, they like these things because it's like an excuse for them to be silly, but under the guise of hypnosis. So fun facts there. But yeah, it is real, but it's just not using it for a healing modality, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
And it's always your own free will. You can never be hypnotized against your will. But just notice how we have the power to put our minds to television. We have the power to put our minds into like, what are we taking in? You know, we are powerful creators. And when we step up into that, we realize, ooh, I can create for good, you know?
Yeah, absolutely. And I've noticed in our hypnotherapy sessions, you know, you guide me into a really deep state. But a lot of the things that I've said or done in hypnosis, again, I definitely feel like it's free will. You're not controlling my mind at all, you know, but it's things that I don't consciously think of a lot of times. A lot of subconscious things come up. And, you know, so to like move into some of the benefits and experiences, I mean, we had one session where I, in like 2 sentences, was able to uncover why I've had a certain pattern in every romantic relationship of my whole life. And it was something from my childhood, and it was something really basic because I came up with it as a child. And now as an adult, I got to go, oh my God, that's why I've made these choices my whole life. Oh, cool. I don't have to do that anymore. And not to say I'll never end a relationship again, but it won't be for a reason that I formulated as a 5-year-old, you know?
Absolutely.
And that's just one thing, but it was like so profound. That will change my life, you know?
And that's what I'm saying. This work is so transformational. Every session, you're going to, you know, it's like up leveling. And so that's why I really love using this modality along with the other things I've studied to create amazing transformation programs where, you know, people like yourself can like step fully into your power and do what you came here to do on this planet, because that's what it's all about, you know? And so, the subconscious mind is 90% of the human experience. But most of us live our lives in the conscious, thinking that that's all there is, right? That's where the free will lives. That's where the ego is, the attachments, the expectations. And the subconscious, that runs our beliefs, our emotions, our habits, our automatic bodily functions. Everything is in the subconscious. So think of it like an iceberg, right? I don't know if you've seen that meme on social media, but like the conscious mind is what you can see out here. That's your logical, analytical, linear thinking. And then deep underneath is that huge iceberg of the subconscious. That's what runs our entire life. And most people aren't aware of it. But when we become aware of it, again, awareness creates healing. So we dive into the subconscious, we rewrite the story, right? And then, like you said, stuff from childhood, oftentimes, because when we're kids from age 0 to 8, we're in a state of theta, which is hypnosis. So we're like constantly in a state of theta all the time, which means we're a sponge, right? Kids absorb things like a sponge, and everything they see and hear, they take in as truth because they don't have the filtration capabilities to know differently, just like the way that the brain is developed, right? So anything you're experiencing from age 0 to 8 really is where a lot of our trauma comes into play, because we were told certain things that aren't actually the truth, right? Or we witnessed our parents acting a certain way that we said, oh, that's what love means. Love means that you yell at each other and you don't sleep in the same bed. You know, and then we take that in, but we don't know that it's wrong. We don't know that we made a vow when we were 7 years old to do this and this and this. And then when you're 38, we unravel it, you know? It's like, it's ridiculous, and it's awesome. Like, I love doing this work because I love helping people get set free. And when they realize it, they're like, oh my gosh, this is amazing. Like,
yeah,
that's why I'm so obsessed with it, as you can tell.
I mean, I could tell, and I'm so excited about this. Your energy is amazing. And I really like the iceberg analogy. And I think, because I think so many of us have had those moments in life where we're like having this whole emotional thing, or we're having patterns in our life and we're going, I don't understand. Like, I'm smart, I'm logical. Why, what's the disconnect? Why am I making bad choices? Or why am I feeling so strange? And that's why, because it's something else. Yeah.
Absolutely. And you are, like, whoever's watching this, you are smart, you are logical, but stop running the world with your conscious mind and start doing some of the subconscious healing. It will change your life. It will literally change your life, because you've made all these rules in your head from when you were younger that you don't even know you're living your life by now. And it's just, when you start to uncover that, it can be a little bit mucky, a little bit uncomfortable, but it's so worth it. You know, it's so worth to step out on the other side in joy and confidence in living a life that you are super proud of.
Yeah, absolutely. And I might, add, like, in the comments or something of this video, some of the statistics I've seen. You don't need to spout them all off, but I mean, even comparing hypnotherapy to talk therapy and some of these different things, it's just, again, the results are so fast. It's incredible.
Yes. Incredible. I have one that I wanted to share that's like super awesome. And this is a real study that was done by, I'll look it up. You can post where it's by, but it's a real source. And 600 sessions of talk therapy. So 600, that's like 10 years, right? Of talk therapy equated to 38% improvement in whatever the person came there to improve, right? So, okay, cool, 38%. As opposed to hypnotherapy, where 6 sessions, just 6 sessions, equated to 93% improvement. So
wild.
Just look at that. And so that's why with my programs, they always come with 12 sessions. Cause I'm like, I want to improve it all. Like, we're gonna check these off the list, cause I'm here to help you get results, like really, really results. And so I love that quote, that data, because 6 sessions is 93% improvement, because we're dealing with the lower part of the iceberg, where your beliefs, your emotions, and your habits are stored. And when you're free. It's just, life becomes easy.
Right. And I'm sure you've seen the results, like the side effects of becoming internally free. And I'm sure there's just things just change so much. And
it's amazing. It's like, the way that I describe it is, because I work with a hypnotherapist, I work with a coach myself. And so whenever they ask, how do you want to feel at the end of the session? It's like, I want to be able to breathe free. Like, there's this, it's like when you don't have that pressure on your chest anymore, you don't have that weight of the world that you're carrying. You're just free, and you're light, and you're open. And like, that's the life I want to live. And that is the life I show up for every single day, to breathe free. And it feels so good.
Wow. I think that's beautiful. And I think, when you ask a lot of people, what's that feeling that you want in life in general? And even when people say, well, I want money, I want to be wealthy, or I want to travel more, or, this and that. And it's like, okay, but underneath that, why do you want money and to travel? Oh, you want to feel free. You want freedom to do all the things. And so, this is just,
once you're free, and once you've cleared those traumas and limiting beliefs, then guess what? We get to get into the manifesting world, where we call in massive amounts of abundance easily, because you've cleared the gunk. So that's the next level stuff I teach too. And that's really, really fun. That's like, I love teaching the abundance work, because we got to clear this stuff first. And then once we clear it, then we step into, all right, now that you're clear, what do you want to create? You can literally create anything that you desire.
That is so exciting. That's so exciting. And I, really preach on investing in yourself. And, sometimes people look at how much it costs to hire this coach or that coach, or do these different programs. And yet they're going to rack up the same amount of money on all these ways they're trying to, like, not heal themselves, the ways we just racked. And so a big thing I committed to was, after a decade of addiction off and on, when I decided to live a life of recovery, one of my big things was, I'm going to invest as much money as I put into my addiction and my escapism into my healing. And that number is pretty damn big. And I've been sober for almost 9 years, and I'm not sure I've even reached the number yet. But it's that kind of commitment. It's like the world around you is not going to function correctly if you're not taking care of what's going on in here and in here and in your gut, and it's like,
absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, I see people going to the store every day, especially in quarantine, and like, getting bottles of wine, like 1 or 2 bottles a day. And I'm just like, that's great and all, but like, I mean, it's not for me, obviously, but it's like, you could be spending that money on doing, massive internal transformational healing, and you'd be spending the same amount probably by the end of it all and feeling amazing, instead of, it's like the smokers I work with, because I have a smoking cessation session. It's like, would you rather spend that money on the packs of smoking that you do for the next months and then you're actually paying to hurt your health? Or would you want to make this small investment right now for freedom for the rest of your life?
Yeah. Well, on that, I have heard a ton of people talk about smoking and weight loss, that those two things were like just turned around in one session of hypnotherapy. I mean, it's just incredible.
I personally have, I offer a smoking cessation session. It's 3 hours long. It's a lifetime guarantee that you're free. So there's that. You literally can't lose. And then I also do like a stop eating sugar session for that too, for people who want to start their weight. But for weight loss, I always recommend the full program of transformation, because I'm like, there's so many other avenues and facets we have to go into to address that. But yeah, for like stopping sugar or doing something like that, we can totally just clear it.
Yeah, that's incredible. Awesome. Well, do you want to share any more like client results?
Oh yeah. Oh my gosh, there's so many. Well, first of all, I help people stop smoking all the time, which is huge. I mean, that's saving people's lives. Like I really honor that part of my business, because my dad, smoking was one of his like contraindications for why he had his accident when I was 13. And then a lot of my family, my dad's side, all died from smoking related diseases. And then I even smoked in my addiction. So, doing hypnotherapy for, helping people get their lives back and breathe fresh, clean air is so rewarding, just as the soul that I am, to give back in that way. Helping people stop smoking weed, because you can do anything smoking or chewing tobacco or vaping, all of that can be cleared. And I've helped achieve that. Helping people get clear of addiction, that's another thing, helping them to realize the reasons that they were drinking, realize the reasons that they were using pills, realize those reasons, and not only have the awareness of them, but clearing it from the root, right, the subconscious, and then creating a whole new level of transformation for their lives. I've helped through a past life regression. I've helped a client clear all of her allergies, because she had brought them over with her into this life, and she was a healer. And I was like, all right, well, would you like to bring your healing hands back? Because we can clear this. So we cleared her endometriosis and like all of these amazing, she just had amazing results. And she's like, holy crap. And also received where she was supposed to move in her next part of her life. Like just all of these amazing realizations come with the past life regression. Oh my gosh, so many things. The list goes on and on, but like healing neck pain, healing back pain, that's physical stuff. But emotionally, like emotional eating, right? Phone addiction, binge eating, all of that I've helped to clear. I mean, honestly, I'll think harder, but like every session is transformational. That's the key with this work. All that it matters is that you relax and that you open yourself up to transformation, because it's really you're the one doing the work. I just am the guide, I'm the facilitator. But if you're like, all right, I'm totally open to this, I receive this transformation, it already begins. And it's just, It's miraculous. Yeah.
Well, and I just got to say, like, how fun for you to be the guide for these things and just watching people's lives change left and right. Like that is it just sounds like the most fulfilling life you could be living.
It really is. It really is. Oh, and I thought of one more. So the abundance work that I said I love to do. So a few clients who are like pretty high profile have hired me, and they're like, I want to make more money. And I'm like, okay, well, we still have to go through your program because there's probably still gunk to clear. And one of my clients, she was wanting to be a coach for other women. And she was like, it's been 5 months and I've been trying to start this business and I have no clients and I don't know what's wrong. And so she hired me, she put it on her credit card. She was like, I have no idea what I'm doing, but I know that I'm supposed to work with you. I have a feeling, I just know like deep in here, there's something. I'm going to trust that niggle, you know, I'm going to trust that like feeling. And she hired me and we started her program. And by week 3, she had made $23,000 in new clients. Like, she was like, all right, well, I made my return on investment.
Yeah, times a few. Yeah. Oh, wow. That's amazing.
So just stuff like that, you know. And then one of my other clients who's currently in a program, she also hired me wanting to heal her relationship stuff, find the love of her life, and she wanted to heal her relationship with money. And I'm pretty sure right now she's found the love of her life because she's like, I have to get back to you. I'm on a weekend getaway with someone. So I'm thinking that's happening. And then she just landed a $3 million deal with her business.
What?
So yeah, I'm just like, okay. She's like, can I just hire you for like the rest of my life? I was like, yes. So
yeah. Oh, wow.
It makes me happy. It really fulfills me to see other people win, you know?
Yeah. And that's one thing that's been great about you is, you know, we have this communication on Voxer, which is an app where you can do audio chats and things. And the fact that you have encouraged me to send you daily wins and that I can check in with you when I have a day that's crazy or really hard or really amazing. And you celebrate so much with me. And, you know, there's like, yeah, I love it. And that's how I am. I'm always like, people tell me what's good so we can like party about it right now. And I feel like adults don't do a lot of celebration in a healthy way sometimes, but you know, for little things, you know, I'm sure you see with August, and as he grows, it's like every month you're going to be celebrating like crazy. Like he stood up, he took a step, he pooped, like all these things. And you can watch on this kid's face how filled up they are and how excited they are when you are joining them in that. Adults need that too. We don't stop needing that encouragement. And so just like thank you for that.
Yeah, celebration is everything, and what we focus on grows, right? And so as I've been saying, you know, we have the power to go either direction in life, right? We hold that power because we're constantly manifesting all the time, whether we know it or not.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, why not celebrate the good to tell the universe, hey, I'm ready to bring in more of this magic, because what we focus on grows. You know, energy follows intention. And so the more that we just create those intentions for celebration and saying, thank you, I'm so grateful for this, and I'm ready for more, that will just allow it to come through.
Yeah. And a new practice I've been really focusing on these past few weeks is when I'm feeling something really beautiful, whether it's related to love, related to finance, related to my kids, you know, any of these really, really powerful feelings, I make myself stop and sit in that for a minute and like close my eyes and like downloading this feeling, you know, like lock it in. So I want more of it.
Yes.
You know, so.
Yes, absolutely. Because that's what I say, like, I call it the fifth dimensional, the magic verse, you know, that's where like when we are in that space of gratitude and the win and the celebration, that's the sparkly feeling, you know. I know that everyone's had it at least at one point in their lives. It's like activating that feeling. That's where we can create from. Like we can truly create magic from. And it's like, the more you do this healing work, the more you get to the point where you think of something and it shows up 3 seconds later. It's like ridiculous. Like I'm like, I write down all of the things I manifest, and it's on a daily basis. It's really cool.
Oh my gosh, that's amazing. So how do you feel about doing a hypnotherapy demonstration of some sort?
Yeah, I was thinking we could do something about, anything really, whatever your ideas are. I was thinking we could just do a quick little relaxation session. Again, hypnotherapy is just meditation with a goal. And I don't know, you want to do it on like empowerment or courage or joy or confidence? What do you think?
Yeah, well, again, this is really for the people who are struggling in COVID, well, which is all of us, but that maybe don't have other tools, haven't tried this before. So I think a lot of people are feeling, what do you think? Fear, they're feeling, so maybe empowerment, because there are still things we can be doing right now to create things in our lives. But I think we're just feeling so uncertain and nervous and feeling a lot of loss. A lot of people have lost jobs, all of these things.
Yeah.
So does that help?
So I guess what do we want to feel? What are the words that we want to create?
I'm thinking like hope, maybe some type of knowing. My kind of goal in life has been to move from hope into knowing, like knowing things are going to be okay, knowing that I'm here for a reason.
Faith or confidence, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Now let me see what we can create here. Yeah. Okay. And then how about some just some happiness too, like going through all of this and being able to smile, right? Being able to know that, trust, right? Trust that everything's going to be okay, right? Okay, cool. Let's do it.
Okay.
Let's do it. Beautiful. So go ahead. And whenever you're ready, you can close your eyes. And whether you're watching this right when it's released or whether you're watching this 2 years later, doesn't matter. It's still going to work just as good, just as powerful, just as transformational, as long as you allow it. So go ahead and just close your eyes and begin taking a few nice, deep letting go breaths. Just already beginning to relax both mind and body. And so go ahead and relax the top of your head. Relax your forehead, smoothing out any creases. Relax the tiny muscles next to your eyes. Relax your jaw, letting it hang loose and slack. That's right. Relax your shoulders, rolling them out if you'd like. And if you're sitting down or perhaps laying on a bed, just go ahead and get yourself nice and comfy. Just allowing your body to just settle in, knowing that you are safe. You are calm, and you choose to be here today. And it is safe for you to relax today even deeper. And so with that knowing and that openness, allow yourself to relax even deeper. And go ahead and relax your arms all the way through to your fingertips. Relax your torso, breathing easily. Really releasing your stomach. Just letting it all go. It is safe for you to let it go. Good, that's right. And relax your legs all the way out to the bottoms of your feet. Very, very good. Excellent work. And I wonder just how much you're able to relax every single muscle in your body now. So go ahead and use your breath and breathe in relaxation to every single muscle. Good. And as you're settling down in a moment, I'm going to count down from 3 to 1, snap my fingers, and an etheric paintbrush is going to appear. And it can look however it looks for you, but in the right-hand corner of your vision, with your eyes closed there, a cool sort of paintbrush or brush is going to appear, and that's going to be able to work on the inside of your body, where you can kind of dust off the inside of your body, getting anything that doesn't serve you dusted, so that we can kind of begin clearing whatever doesn't serve you. So getting ready now for that etheric paintbrush or duster to appear in the right-hand corner of your vision. And 3, going even deeper. 2, trusting what comes. And 1, allowing it to appear. And it can look however it appears for you. And when you're ready, you can grab it and you can begin dusting off the inside of your body. So dusting kind of around your brain, your ears, your neck, your jaw, just really allowing yourself to make this real. So see, feel, and experience yourself beginning to dust off just any old energy. Just go ahead and notice there might be something that's there. You might not even know what it is, and that's okay, but just begin dusting off the inside of your body, kind of feeling that sensation as you let go and dust going into your chest, around your heart space, your torso, your hands. Make sure to get your fingertips. Just really dusting off, allowing yourself to get clear. And then going all the way down to your legs, your hips, and your pelvis. Dusting, dusting, dusting. And just kind of shaking things up a little bit. And in a moment, we'll vacuum it out. But right now, we're just dusting. Just allow everything to get kind of unsettled. Anything that's not supposed to be there anymore. Good. And perhaps you notice little bouts of fear or maybe some shame. Perhaps there's some scarcity that you can begin to kind of shake it out. That's right. Kind of dust it up. Unlatch it so that we can let it go today. Good. And then in a moment, I'm going to count down from 3 to 1 again. And a big vacuum is going to appear. And it might be like the Dr. Seuss vacuum that comes down over the top of your head. And you can just zip it up, send up everything. All that dust goes up. Or perhaps it's a vacuum that comes down below your feet. You can send it there. Or maybe it's a handheld vacuum that you can just zip up your body. However that vacuum appears for you, allow it to be transformational and clearing. And 3, going even deeper. 2, allowing that vacuum to appear and begin getting rid of all that dust. And 1, allowing that vacuum to begin the process of clearing out the dust. Using your breath. Maybe you can even hear it. Maybe you can sense it. Really make it real. Just allowing yourself to clear even more. That's right. Going even deeper now. Very good. Very, very good. Just taking your time, vacuuming out all that old dust. And again, you don't even have to know what it was. Perhaps it's just old energy that no longer serves you. Good. And I wonder how much better you already feel. Excellent, excellent work. Beautiful job. Beautiful job. And next, I want you to imagine, and this is really the creme de la creme. It's a 3-step process. So this is step 3, the magical step, where I want you to begin to imagine a beautiful color that you absolutely love. A beautiful color, and it begins to travel through the universe, through space and time. And it could be like a river or a waterfall or just a sparkling light, but it's a beautiful color that you absolutely love, and it arrives at the top of your head. And so imagine that color, really see, feel, sense, smell, taste that color, and allow it to kind of spin around the top of your head, maybe almost like a halo. And when I count down from 3 to 1 and snap my fingers, that color that you love is going to flood in through the top of your head, all the way through your body and down out through the bottoms of your feet, just filling you up with so much hope, so much clarity, so much confidence. It's almost just this clearing mechanism that gets rid of anything and everything that no longer serves you. So allowing it to come in now. In 3, going even deeper. 2, trusting the transformation. And 1, Breathing in that beautiful color, just noticing as it spirals down in through the top of your head, all the way through your relaxed muscles, your relaxed cells, and down out through the bottoms of your feet. And just breathing it in as wave after wave just washes through you. That's right. And this is a very intelligent color. A very intelligent color. So if there happens to be anything else that may or may not be remaining there, that color can act as a cosmic peroxide, kind of finding perhaps a fear or a shame or a guilt that was hiding, and it can access it. It can locate it intelligently and quickly and precisely and act as a cosmic peroxide, fuzzing and fizzing it away until the next wave, the next rush of that color just floods through, flushing it all the way down, out through the bottoms of your feet. And so give yourself permission now to just let go. That's right. Give yourself permission to just let it all go. And as you allow all of that old stuff that was never the truth of who you are to begin to flush out through the bottoms of your feet, you realize that all energy is recycled. So the more you let go of what doesn't serve you, the more you can serve the world. That's right. The more you let go of what no longer serves you, the more you can serve the world. And so you let go of that old energy and it gets transmuted into something positive. So it can be recycled. That's right. You can't do it wrong. So let it all go now. And in a moment, I'm going to count down, and that wave is going to become even more powerful. And instilling, it's going to flood every single cell and activate it with this beautiful just hope and confidence and faith. It's just going to like activate every single cell, every single synapse of your body, just feeling so good. So allowing that to just electrify you and kind of like tingle perhaps, or just amazing, like allowing the sparkle into your body now. This next wave, this next rush of this color that you absolutely love. And 3, going even deeper. 2, trusting what comes, and 1. Allowing that in. Allowing the activation. And as you feel this now, I want you to anchor in this feeling. Anchor in this wonderful feeling. You have what it takes to get free. You have what it takes to step fully into your power now. You have what it takes. That's right. And so breathing it in even deeper. That's right. Beautiful, beautiful work. Beautiful, beautiful work. That's right. And so in a moment, I'm going to count down again from 3 to 1 and snap my fingers. And when I do, we are going to jump into the part of your body where confidence lies, where confidence resides. And so perhaps that might be like in your stomach area, in your diaphragm, if you're a singer, right? Your power, your confidence, maybe it's in your heart space or in your head or somewhere else. But in a moment, we're going to jump into the part of your body where confidence lies. And there's going to be a sort of kind of control system where we can work with that. So just whatever comes up for you, allow it to now. 3, going even deeper. 2, trusting what comes, and 1, jumping into the part of your body where confidence resides. And notice there might be like a little dial system. For me, it appears as like a dial, like a radio dial that you can turn up from 1 to 10. Perhaps for you, it's a switch, like an on and off, or something else entirely, but just notice what's there. And notice what number your dial is at when you look at confidence. And again, perhaps it's from 1 to 10. Notice where that dial is currently at, and just take note of it. And in a moment, I'm going to count you down again and give you the opportunity to turn it all the way up. all the way up to 10 or as close to 10 as you can get it, just allowing yourself to be flooded with every notch you turn it up, to be flooded with this new feeling, this newfound confidence that transcends all space and time, perhaps more confidence than you've ever felt in your life, and just a trust and a faith in knowing that everything is working out for your highest and greatest good, no matter what. So allowing that feeling to flood in now, as I give you the opportunity, you get to choose, turning that confidence all the way up in 3, going even deeper, 2, trusting what comes, and 1. That's right. Turning that dial of confidence all the way up, and every notch you just feel that hope, that faith, that trust, that knowingness as you turn it up, knowing that you are powerful beyond measure. You are powerful beyond measure. And so allowing that confidence to grow even more. And with that confidence comes faith. With that confidence comes trust in yourself, knowing that you have got this. You're doing great. You're right on time, and you're doing an amazing job. And with that confidence, as you turn it all the way up, comes hope. Hope in humanity, knowing that we're going to come out of this so much bigger, greater, and stronger than ever before, filled with a love and a compassion that knows no bounds. And you get to choose to show up like that every single day, moving forward. That's right. And so once you've got that dial turned all the way up, go ahead and lock it in. So put a locking mechanism of some sort where you lock it to this new number. And then I want you, once you've locked it, breathe in for a second and just notice how your breath now feels. Perhaps it's more open. Perhaps there's more lightness, more clarity in your entire way of being. So just go ahead and notice that and just let it be easy. Breathing it in. Just noticing that life can be easy if we just allow it. And just breathing that confidence in. Good. Feeling absolutely wonderful. And just being here in this moment, just kind of integrating all that you've learned here today and our time together. And I'm so grateful that we've had this time together here today. And I want you to know how proud I am of every single one of you who listened to this interview and who did this exercise today, knowing that you are showing up for yourself. You are showing up for your highest and greatest good. And that's all anyone can ever ask for. And so I'm so proud of you for doing this work today. And in a moment, I'm going to count you back up. And as I count you back up, you'll come back to this place, this time, feeling absolutely wonderful, breathing that full, fresh air, and just feeling this new sense of health and well-being that you might have never even experienced before, but allowing it to be here, allowing this freedom, this confidence to be here, and this kind of relaxed, joyous state of feeling that feels so good. And so allowing yourself to feel better and better with every number that I count up with you. 1, coming back. 2, wiggling your feet and your toes. 3, wiggling your hands and your fingers. 4, that's right, all the energy returning to your body. 5, the transformation going even deeper. 6, 7, 8, feeling great. 9, beginning to open your eyes. And 10, open your eyes, stretching your arms up over the top of your head. Coming all the way back, feeling absolutely wonderful, and saying the word yes. 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 Oh, wow. Beautiful, beautiful work. Yay.
Oh my goodness. Thank you so much.
You are welcome.
I need to take notes on a bunch of things that came up. Yeah.
What came up for you? Good stuff?
Yeah, it was like the part where we're dusting the inside of our bodies. One of the big things that I never got a clue on it before is that a bunch of fear is trapped in my spine, like my spinal cord. Mm-hmm. And then when we did the bringing the color in, mm-hmm. I was picturing like crystalline, like rainbow colors, which I never have before. And as that came in, and there were 2 other body parts that I was kind of focusing on that feel like they need more physical healing. And so as it went, the rainbow color went through all of me, but when it like went to my knee, which I want to be fully healed, it started doing a blue color.
Yep.
And another part was red. And then it got to my spine and it like locked in the chakra colors like down my back, and which told me that like my knee pain is related to my throat chakra. I don't know what that means yet. And the other one related to my root chakra, which was just like a huge clue on how to heal those things. So that was really, really incredible, besides all the beautiful, joyful parts of that. So, thank you.
Beautiful. Yeah. And again, energy follows intention. So we made the intention that this session be transformational. And as long as you create that intention, there's no way it can't be. So yeah, I'm so glad you had the awareness and these things pop up that we can just dive deeper in on.
Yeah. And thank you so much for guiding us through such a complete, full hypnotherapy session. And, you know, I really hope that people will return to that part again and again. I don't think you could do that too many times. Absolutely. And that was just, you know, I mean, I just created that in my mind right now, but it's just, that was just a very like kind of more fluffy empowerment session. And it's powerful. Like you guys could see how powerful that is. Imagine how powerful it is when we do a deep dive focused on you one-on-one into your stuff. Like it's so powerful. And so I'm glad that I got to kind of show you guys what hypnotherapy is about, because as you see, it's not scary. It's actually really fun and super healing. So absolutely. Right? Yes. Well, Jourdan, thank you so much for sharing your heart and soul and your skill with us today. And I just appreciate it so deeply. Yeah, absolutely. Thank you so much for having me. And thank you, Blaze, for showing up for your highest self and doing this amazing Lightworker series. Or Light Warrior series. It's amazing. And I'm just so proud of you. And you are healing the world in just being you. So thank you. Thank you.
Thank you so much for listening to today's episode. If you enjoyed what you heard, please share that with me by leaving a review on iTunes so that I can keep the goodness coming. If you aren't already following me on social media, head over to my Instagram page at blazebellbliss for daily inspiration, or check out my website, blazebell.com. You mean the world to me, and I'm so excited to connect with you in the next episode.